weird to see Nick Park's Wallace and Gromit design in the CG world. Maybe it had to do with the fact that their studio burned down around that time. Maybe this was meant to be stop motion, but because of that they had to make it CG. Well, whatever the reason, Flushed Away is a pretty enjoyable flick. It stars a mouse played by Hugh Jackman, who's owned by an incredibly wealthy family. But things get complicated when an old dirty mate of his drops by and claims he wants to turn the place into a party hub. Jackman disagrees, but that doesn't really faze his pal as he just flushes him down the toilet. What we discover is an under pipe world filled with ooey creatures, lots of villains, and a whole civilization. He comes across another mouse played by Kate Winslet, pulling off sort of a gender reversal of the African queen, riding her boat through the sewers trying to collect treasures for herself while also trying to save her fish out of water. There's an evil toad boss played by Ian McKellen, who is destined to get more riches and power and vows to destroy anyone who stands in his way, which of course happens to be our two heroes. The under-sewer world they create is incredibly fun and inventive, which also gives way to a lot of jokes involving them using everyday props as, well, this.
This dance of deception must end. Return what you have stolen from me. Enough dancing!
That's wildly creative. The film also sort of has that British mentality and that very laid-back sort of humor, mixed in with a lot of goofy action scenes here and there. It creates for a lot of good chases, a lot of good jokes, and a lot of good character moments. It's a fun adventure that knows just when to throw in the right amount of jokes and just when to throw in the right amount of character. Hugh Jackman, of course, is the Pris who must learn to be tough, and Kate Winslet is the fun-loving action hero who must show him the way. They get along well, they share pretty good chemistry, and they have several moments of trying to rescue the other. I think this was the film I started to realize that DreamWorks was sort of the out-of-the-box animation company. In that, yeah, they're making sort of these general films for the general public, but they're really thinking of these odd, abstract ideas to put in these general audience-pleasing films. And I think it's a good mix. The general movie public can get sucked into the characters and sort of the everyday emotions, but then they can laugh when something just so bizarre and so strange pops up, like this. And Flushed Away is definitely one of those movies that employs a lot of those tricks. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's got some great voice acting, it's got some good animation, it's got that wonderfully strange British humor. It's one of the only films that goes down the toilet, but in a good way.